Section 2.11 of the Code discusses the ethical parameters for behavior analysts to obtain informed consent. And it also mentions that behavior analysts are responsible for obtaining assent when that's applicable. So let's talk about the difference. Informed consent is a formal process, and therefore there are some important qualifying criteria. First of all, a person must be at least 18 years of age to be able to give consent for treatment participation. But it doesn't end there. The informed part of informed consent refers to the person being knowledgeable about every aspect of what they're agreeing to, the potential risks, the benefits, alternative options, the right to refuse treatment at any time. Basically, the what to expect of it all. The next element is that our decision maker must have elected to participate or receive services voluntarily. There should not have been any force or coercion or manipulation to participate. And the last element is that our decision maker has to have the capacity to make decisions. As we know, being 18 doesn't always mean that a client has the aptitude to make certain decisions in their own best interest. So capacity means that this person who is at least 18 years old also has an acceptable mental process in how they gain knowledge or how they select and express choices, as well as having the ability to engage in rational decision making. I also want to add that capacity is relative. So everyone has the capacity for some decisions, but maybe not others. And if this area is compromised, meaning that the client doesn't have the necessary capacity for the target decision, well, this is where a legal guardian or a surrogate decision maker is court appointed. Now, they have to be knowledgeable in what to expect, as well as agree to entering this client into participation voluntarily, which is a good place for me to introduce and contrast consent to the concept of assent, which calls on us to be compassionate when dealing with clients who are not old enough or capable of making certain treatment decisions for themselves formally, meaning they cannot consent to their own participation. So obtaining assent means we're paying attention to our clients' behaviors and interpreting these behaviors as signals of agreement or disagreement to participate. Behaviors like a smile or active participation, engagement, approaching you, saying yes, a head nod. Now these can be interpreted as assent. And disagreement, which can occur, by the way, at any time and should be accepted at any time, will have some different behaviors like maybe a frown or disengagement, walking away, basically any signs of displeasure, really. And this lets us know that the client does not assent. Now, assent is obviously subjective, so knowing your client and involving people who know your client really should help you make better assent interpretations. And of course, the takeaway for consent: legal, formal, at least 18 years old, but also 3 elements: capacity, voluntariness, and knowledge. Assent under age 17 or does not have the capacity to formally consent, but still has the right and should be given the dignity to informally communicate agreement or disagreement.